Welcome to Orlando Holiday Planning Podcast. This week, we're leaving Florida and heading over to Japan. My name's Martin. I'm a former Disney cast member and now a Disney travel professional. Today we're diving into one of the most amazing Disney parks on the planet, Tokyo DisneySea. It's often hailed as the most amazing theme park in the world, but before you pack your bags, there's one crucial element you need to get right: timing. Tokyo Disneyland and Disney Sea are the third and fourth most visited theme parks in the world. As a Disney travel agent, I'm often asked when the best time to visit Japan is. But let's start with when are the busiest and worst times to visit. And first up, New Year's celebrations, starting right after December 25th, when the Christmas event ends and sees a surge in visitors during the first week of January. The festive atmosphere and special celebrations attract hordes of people eager to ring in the new year. If you're planning a visit around this time, be prepared for large crowds and long wait times. Next, spring break, which typically is the end of February to March. It's a popular time for families and students on school breaks. The exact timing can vary depending on the schools in Japan, but expect increased crowds during this period. If you can, try to avoid these weeks. Now let's talk about Golden Week. This is considered the busiest time, and from the end of April to the first week of May. Golden Week has several national holidays, and many locals take advantage of the long break to visit the park. The result? Large crowds and longer wait times. If possible, steer clear of Golden Week to avoid the heaviest traffic. July and August bring summer holidays, along with hot and humid weather. Guests flock to the park to escape the heat and enjoy various indoor and outdoor activities. Expect significant crowds during these months. If you must visit during the summer, try to go on weekdays to minimize wait times. All year, weekends and public holidays are busy. It's always a good idea to plan your trip for weekdays if you want to avoid the worst of the crowds. Trust me, your feet will thank you. In Japan, kids have Mondays off due to sports days, so Mondays can be just as busy as weekends at Disney, with families taking advantage of the long weekend. Keep this in mind when scheduling your visit. Finally, the first and last days of seasonal events draw larger crowds. These events often feature unique experiences or limited time attractions, and many want to be among the first or last to enjoy the festivities. If you're not keen on battling the crowds, try to visit in the middle of these events. When's the best time to visit? First up, let's talk about mid-January. If you're looking for a less crowded time, this is your best bet. Right after the New Year's break, the park is much quieter. The weather during April is warm, allowing you to explore the attractions comfortably. Be sure to check the specific dates for cherry blossom festivals and events within the park. Witnessing the beauty of the cherry blossoms in full bloom adds an enchanting touch to your holiday. Moving on to after May 7th, post-Golden Week, which ends on May 6th, the crowds go down, making it an ideal time to visit. For those who love festive celebrations, visiting from the end of October to November is a must. The park hosts both Halloween and Christmas events, providing a unique experience for visitors of all ages. Now, if you don't mind a little rain, consider visiting during the typhoon season or the rainy season. Typhoon days occur between July and October, and rainy days are more common in June, which is the rainy season in Tokyo. The rain discourages visitors, so there's lower crowds and shorter lines. Finally, a pro tip: arrive at the park 1-2 hours before it opens. This gives you the chance to be one of the first visitors inside. You'll get to experience popular attractions with shorter wait times and explore the park before it gets too crowded up. I'm going to break it down month by month, giving you an idea of what to expect throughout the year. Let's start with January. The year kicks off with high crowds, especially during the first week. But don't worry, after the second week, low season begins. This means fewer tourists and shorter queues. While February brings cold temperatures to Japan, it also brings student discounts. This can make the crowds a bit unpredictable. Be prepared for some queue times, but overall visitor numbers remain relatively lower this month. March sees students flocking to the parks, resulting in higher crowds. Many attractions offer student discounts during this time, so expect popular spots to be busy. Warmer weather and cherry blossoms in April. What's not to love? To avoid the start of Golden Week, one of Japan's busiest holiday periods, it's best to visit before April the 29th. April is also popular with international tourists eager to witness the stunning sakura. The rainy season begins in May, but don't let that dampen your spirits. Rain can be hit or miss, so keep an eye on the weather forecast and pack an umbrella just in case. June is typhoon season. High winds and heavy rains are common, but surprisingly, this leads to lower crowds. This is when I visited Japan, and yes, I did get wet, but I still had an amazing time. In July, the heat and humidity can be unbearable, but crowds are typically lower at the beginning of the month. However, summer holidays kicks in towards the end, leading to increased visitors. Into August, expect scorching heat, humidity, and large crowds. Summer holidays and Urban Week attract maximum capacity, resulting in longer waiting times. With summer holidays over, the crowds go down in September. The weather remains warm, making it a more peaceful time. Halloween brings higher crowds due to its growing popularity in Japan. Typhoons can still occur, so be prepared for potential disruptions. Cold weather begins in November, making it an excellent time to visit before the New Year holidays. December is cold and festive, but avoid the crowds between December 25th and early January due to the New Year holidays. Thank you for tuning in to the Orlando Insider podcast. Visit orlandoinsider.co.uk. That's Orlando Insider, all one word, .co.uk. And one of the team will be in touch.